Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. Well, it is time to play Castlevania 1 again. Um, damn. I think the last time I played this game was 3 years ago. It's been quite a while, but it should come back to me pretty quick, I would hope. Looks like we're all good. Okay. In celebration for Castlevania's anniversary, we need to go back to where it all began. Oh, drop my controller. Get all the basics. There we go. Oh, so close. I know if you can jump. I know if you manage to jump over the transition window right there, or the doorway, you get like, what you call it, a secret treasure, for doing that. But I remember watching Mike Matei go for those, all these secret treasures, and there's quite a lot of them, way more than I expected. Like, there's a few that you usually, you know, happen to find just by casually playing, but there's a lot more like obscure ones. I don't remember exactly how I went about this, but it shouldn't be too bad. As long as I manage to get the holy water and never lose it, we should be fine. Like, for the most part, anyways. Oh, oh, okay, good. I should have forward jumped, but still made it. Gonna keep on moving. Okay. Oh. Cosmo. Okay. I don't remember if I should have something else already. Oh, actually, no, never mind. We get the axe, like, right at the end. For, the bat. There we go. You'll walk into it eventually. There we go. I probably shouldn't have done that. You're just gonna make the timer go longer. What's up, Jack? From Jack X, the final boss was painful. Dude. Yeah, that boss takes a lot of, well, for me anyways, it takes a lot of prep, like, to get the hearts. And a lot of patience, man. A lot of patience. I think that's the only, like, stain on the game. I think the rest of it's actually really good. But yeah, it's just that boss, man. The more I played it, right, like, during that time, the more I think of it as Castlevania 2 on the Game Boy. Really good game. But that final boss, man. But how'd you like it, actually? I know, like, even for me, I believe the whatchamacallit, the rep it got for being a so-so Castlevania game, but it's actually pretty good. I guess, you know, 25 or so years later, it'll finally get its comeuppance, but only took a few decades. The classic. Can I? Okay. Ooh, I probably should have done that. Oh. Okay, I suppose I killed it in 2 hits. Milo, you gotta share the ball. No. Oh, 1 second. They just got new balls today, and now, as all kids do, they fight over the new one. Okay. Yeah, not quite as good as Rondo, but still pretty good. I think I definitely prefer the bosses in Rondo a lot more. Like, a lot more. Again, it could just be recency bias because Jack X is new to me. So I find the stages interesting, but actually, I think I like the stages more in Jack X, I gotta be honest. Oh my god. I like how consistent this game is. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna grab the ball from the monkey. 1 second. He got it. Bloodlines is by far my favorite. Dude, by a long shot. I think that's my favorite Castlevania, if I gotta be honest. Like, it has the, you know, the buff of being a Genesis game. So I like it a lot for that alone, but... Ooh. But yeah, it feels like a boss rush to me at times. With how many they have in the game, especially near the end. Okay, I knew there's a health there. I feel like I remember majority of the health pickups in this game. It shouldn't be too bad, but always feel like there are placed like in smart places. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the platform goes all the way to the edge, so you can just walk off, but yeah, I want to wait for the last one. Sometimes, man, yeah, like that. Always gets a sneaky hit. What's the next Castlevania game you plan to play, Jack? There you go. Because I played pretty much everything besides 1 this year. We went through a lot. Oh god, I thought I hit the thing. But we went through a lot this year already. I don't know which ones I need to go back to still. I think probably... Like, there's Rebirth. Like the remake for Adventure. And Legends. I don't know what else, actually. Like 2D stuff, anyways. I think for the most part, I've finished them all on stream. But I'm definitely back in my Castlevania mood, so we're playing 1 for a bit. Now, I would like to push it and get a no-death run of this game. But I don't know. I think it's possible. I think the only tricky spot is the ending, unfortunately. Like, right when I get to the, what's it called? The bridge. The bats usually follow the rules. Like a similar thing every time, but... yeah, there's like one bat that decides to change his timing up, but yeah. It's that part, and then, you know, the damage, the iframe boosting, damage boosting my way through the clock tower with the Fleeman. Like, that's pretty scary. So, yeah. CV3 now. Ooh, I'm playing Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. Nice. Are you playing, like, the US version of 3 or the Japan version? I probably should do that too, actually. Play the Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. Okay. Always remember to stop there. And he lands right in front of you every time. When I first time playing this game, this was the first level that made me got stuck. Like, I got all my game overs here at the time. I think it's second, muscle memory by this point, but you never know. I think it's because of the boss at the end. Like, I don't think they're very hard, necessarily. I think it's the mummies, right? It's just the fact, if you die, the checkpoint is pretty tricky to, like, recover. That's the only thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the damage boost here, if I do get hit anyways. Okay, nice. So, like, if you're on stairs, you can't be knocked backwards. So we're gonna use that to our advantage. Like, I don't even care about killing the crows at first. All I care about is getting to the stairs and, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna keep the holy water. I might play some more of the Metroid ones. Ooh. Are you on a really, like, 2D, like, action platformer kick right now? Like, this entire year? Or have you always been, like, a big fan of action platformers? I think the statue should be coming up. Okay, never mind. That's later. Go. Man, trying to avoiding those things while climbing the stairs, you're gonna get used to that very quick in 3, I can tell you that much. It is pretty cool that gargoyles have, like, what's what I'm looking for? Their arc becomes wider the closer they get to you. So you can sort of, like, bait them into that moment and, like, sort of reposition to hit them while you're still on the stairs, but man, 3 and stairs is a deadly combo. Highly recommend picking up Sypha if possible. Like, I've done a Trevor only run, but never in the US version, only in the Japan and Europe, European one. But yeah, Sypha is way too useful to ignore. Okay, this is the final stretch, I think. I'm gonna take it slow. Oh! Come on! I actually don't remember if there's a health pickup. I think there's a hallway. Yeah, there's a hallway with 2 dragons. The first one gives you health and the last one doesn't, which sucks. I wish the last one gave you health instead of the first one, because at least you can, recover right before the boss, but... Ooh, nice. No! I thought the final hit was going to kill him. That's why I jumped at him. Okay. There's health right here. I was trying to save it for later, but... hope I can kill this guy quick. He does go to the far corner. Please. Oh my god. I got so lucky there. Even after all these years, this stage gives me trouble. Japanese, okay. Just got Grant. He's weird. Like, it's cool he has, like, the infinite projectile in the Japan version, but clinging onto the walls and trying to, like, go around the corners is super awkward with him. Like, I've tried using him but yeah, because doing his stage is cool, but then you got to backtrack with him. It's like, yeah, I rather just pick up that was gonna hit Sypha and then instantly start progressing through the game. Do I want to pick up the stopwatch? I think I pick it up as a backup. I don't think I really pick it up when I'm not dead. But I usually do die here, so I'm kind of used to picking up the stopwatch. Holy crap. I was hoping he just jumped down into the water. Always liked them as a kid. Ghosts and Goblins, Resurrection, and Pizza Tower got me back. Oh, nice. The last couple years. Pizza Tower. Whoa. I don't think I've ever done that before. Doing a backwards jump like that. Yeah, well, we messed up there. I never played Pizza Tower, but it does look pretty cool. I know it's like inspired by Wario Land, right? So yeah, I gotta check that out at some point, but... Okay. He's always gonna walk off then. Noted. I should probably pick that up every time. He scared the hell out of me. Bro. When you play your action platformers, what type of controller do you use actually? Do you use like the 8-bit DOE stuff, or do you have a more personalized controller? Should I wait for him to jump up first? Is that a strategy? Oh, okay, never mind. I was wondering if I should spawn the bat then drop off. Like maybe that'll help, but I guess it's not really guaranteed. Okay. Well, obviously, we need to practice the stage a lot still. Now, if you don't know how to deal with Fleaman, you will this screen. And it's pretty much, they always jump when they get close to you like that. So you can just like sort of micro walk forward to go underneath them and then kill them that way. But you gotta be on top of them. You could kill him on the way down, but yeah, just micro walk forward if you have to. No. Ah. I was hoping to get him as they jumped at me. USB gen. Ooh. Retro. Okay. I've been wanting to get the Sega Saturn controller. That one's always looked really fun to use to me. But like since I just play on my Wii for these games, there's no real reason to grab it just yet, but like their controllers seem pretty damn good though, like quality wise. But I think I'm very picky with my controllers, honestly, because it has to have the right D-pad. This time I'm gonna hold on to the stopwatch if possible. Oh my, that part's so scary, man. Yeah, wait for this guy. Just in case. No, every time. I still forget even now. Like, I think I could catch it, but he drops way quicker than I remember. Sometimes I'm super like tempted to jump forward when I'm on that platform, but yeah. I didn't want to break the candle, but gotta wait again. Okay. It'll at least stop. Okay, there we go. No, what are the odds of that? On both sides, too. Yeah, this is starting to feel very familiar. Maybe not use a stopwatch then? Any phone games you'd recommend? Looking for stuff. Phone game? I have no clue, honestly. I never play games on the phone. Like, maybe emulators. You could probably pick up an emulator on the phone. You know, to play, like, action platformers that way. But, like, purely mobile stuff? Yeah, I have no clue, honestly. We're going to avoid it. Unless, there's probably like Tetris, you could probably pick that up. I think those are usually free too. Can't go wrong with playing Tetris. Yeah, I guess it's just random. Like how their spawn is right there, so. I guess I got completely unlucky there. Just gotta go for it. Oh, I should pick up that crucifix, but okay. I was expecting him to jump over me, but progress. I've mostly been emulating DS games, but the touchscreen is kind of bunk for anything besides RPGs. Yeah. How is emulating the DS on like a single screen? Like, do you have like two miniature screens on there? Like on one? Uh-oh. Okay. Like I've seen like the new like modern, well, the newer like emulation consoles. They're tackling the double screen thing more and more, it seems like. And from what I've heard about the new prices for 3DS on like the aftermarket, yeah, it'll probably be cheaper to buy like one of those dual screen stuff than like the original hardware at this point. Okay. Well, we don't have much to work with. What's even in the top candle? Okay. Oh, crap. I'm surprised that I didn't break the fireball there. Yeah, if only this heal was in the next fight before the boss. So you're pretty much forced to do this one perfectly or start the boss with a little, you know, a bit of a deficit. I think we're fine. No, this is not going to work. Oh, crap. We did good damage that way. No, it was one away. No. It's good in portrait mode? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Maybe like on the larger phones these days, right? It's way more like capable of that sort of thing. Yeah, the idea of a no death run might be further away than I thought. I'll just be happy with the 1cc at this point. But yeah, look at that. 4 damage. We're going into this fight already. Not a strong start. Oh, I tried to jump on the platform. Okay. Oh, no! That's it. Back to the beginning. I really like playing the Phoenix Wright games and SMT Strange Journey that way. So close. I'm trying to think of other... Oh, okay, actually, how about... have you played like Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword on DS? That could be something to check out on there. I know it's intended to be held like a book, the DS for that game, so I'm not sure how accurate it will be playing it on the phone, but it's all a really cool game. Please don't screw me over on these spawns right here. I'm not even gonna use my stopwatch this time. Okay. Off you go. What's up, Naughty? Oh. We gotta keep on marching as fast as possible. Okay, we got a refund. Nice, nice. I'm just gonna keep on going. I swear he's supposed to stop and jump over me when he gets close, but maybe it's different if I have my back towards him. That's fine. I tried it, but it was wonky with a touchscreen. Oh, okay. Yeah, that game... I wish I could play it with, you know, regular controls. It is a cool idea, like, scratching the screen, but, you know, you're scratching the screen. Like, that game I would like to see brought back in some way. Like, if they could bring back TUI, and for modern consoles, I think they can manage Dragon Scroll. Oh, Dragon Sword, I mean. Yeah, this fight is pretty much not gonna happen. There's no way I'm gonna make it with this little health. Oh, he completely freezes in place. I know he gets slowed down when you hit him, but I didn't know in midair as well. Okay, round like 6 at this point. Bro. 4 damage. Oh my god. Yeah, this run is pretty much... Well, this attempt is pretty much done for. Half my health, 2 fireballs. I recommend buying a drawing tablet. I have a mouse. I didn't even think about that. Like... Could you even... Well, apparently, yeah, you could map that as a controller input. Now that's next level gaming. Like, I could, like, I was testing... Again, I gotta do this soon. at some point, but I did manage to get the Guitar Hero controller working on an emulator. So if you could get that to work, I think you can get anything, you know, as a controller at this point. At least you have, you know, like more. Actually, how would that work for Ninja Gaiden? So I know it's like where you scribble, like if it's on your character, it's different from what I remember. So it might be a little tricky, like keeping track of his body, like on the separate, you know, tablet, but. Holy. Took long enough. I think it needs the stylus. Oh, okay. 4-second charm. If you don't need the hearts, if you keep walking forward, he won't spawn fast enough. Oh, I didn't even know that. I'm gonna have to do that. Because, yeah, that guy's like the only hurdle in that room. Like, the first one is fine since you can get the free health pickup, but yeah, I didn't know I can just walk past him. So yeah, we're just de-rusting now. I'm gonna practice this weekend and the next week, like off stream, maybe on stream, but I do want to get better at this game. At least consistent enough to get a 1cc. I would like to get a no death, but the chances of that seems further and further away from me the more I'm playing this game. But it should be possible. I think this is the stage for death already. I'm trying to remember who we fight this stage. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the holy water now. I think at this point of the game, that's all we need. Is to connect your smartphone to your PC, access the second screen of your DS and 3DS emulator. Damn. How? What's the word I'm looking for? It seems like the emulation was pretty much solved for that game. It seems like there's more than one way to emulate DS nowadays. I never really thought about it because I always figured the best way to play that console was on real hardware, but oh yeah, I couldn't make it. I don't remember what's the point requirement for another life. I think we got it by like the 3rd stage at the beginning of the game, but I'm not sure how much it is from going forward. I think it still reaches me up here. Oh my god. Brr. Multiple hits there. Okay, actually, this is the... Yeah, I think this is the hallway, finally. The legendary hallway. Since we're here. So close. I definitely don't want to die now that we have the whatchamacallit, the level 3. How did that? I'm surprised it hit below. Have you guys ever played Panzer, oh crap. Panzer Paladin, I think it's called. The, indie action platformer. Because the high and low system, I think, in that game was more inspired from, like, Legend of Zelda 2, but that game's pretty cool. Like, I'm kind of surprised I don't hear more people talk about it. But it's pretty cool. I might go back and replay it. It's been like more than 5 years at this point. I do remember the bosses being just okay. I think I solved them all the same way, if I gotta remember. Like, ooh, the random drop. After the Fleaman, the third one, I just try to hit him with the tip of the whip, since most of the time it will also hit the fireballs. Oh, okay. I just gotta space it better. Okay. A drawing tablet is easier to set up for DS than a smartphone as a second screen. Anytime soon. Is there a reason why, or is a DS like still too new for the FPGA stuff? Because from what I know, like every like major console's pretty much always jump forward once you enter the room. Yeah, from what I know, every console's pretty much, what's the word? Future proof? Like the TurboGrafx got their stuff. Oh, barely hit me. Where did that axe come from? No, we were fully set up. I think we can still get the level 3. Like, I'm gonna pick up the cross this time, and that should be enough to like break enough axes and get the level like 2 and 3 pick up. But yeah, I was gonna carry this for the rest of the stage. Yeah, since you're playing Castlevania 3, learn where you're safe at on the stairs, because you're gonna need that quite often. Like, have your head like a pixel away underneath like a fireball from a statue, like multiple of them too, at once as you climb up. It's pretty fun once you figure it out, but crap. We pretty much lost the ground we took there, but I don't remember if there's any sub-weapons here, so I want to break these, but at the same time I don't want to, out of fear of like that happening. Okay. Round 3. It's 30,000 and then every 80. For the health, right? Okay. Stated it's not possible at the moment. I'm interested in getting Mr. myself, specifically Superstation 1 by Retro Remake. It's a Mr. console shaped like a PS1 with original PS1 controller and memory cards. That's pretty sick. Like, the fact you can even attach memory cards at all is like pretty surprising they kept intact for, like, you know, the experience of like a console. Pre-configured so you don't need to do much yourself. That's pretty much like the future of like hardware emulation, right? Like, okay, is the Mr. stuff the same thing as the Raspberry Pi? I know those are like mini computers, right? So are they all like the same thing or like different somehow? Oh, I thought he despawned. But there he is. You take way more damage than I remember, honestly. I think 4 shots from a fireball is pretty much death. That's a lot. Alright, push them away to the right. Ah, the one time the bone wasn't tossed high enough to despawn it is when I approach him. Okay. Well, now at this point, we have, whatchamacallit. The Onimusha 3 video is already finished. It's been done for a week already, actually. Now we just have to wait for Way of the Sword to come out and the new Castlevania. So there's not really much besides that, though. I'm hoping they start, like, what's the word? Bro. The marketing stuff for Way of the Sword pretty soon. Because Prog Mod is, like, fully out there and it's been out there for a little bit, so I don't think we're gonna have to wait much longer to start hearing about that game. Okay, still a little messy, but okay, I was kind of stalling to sort of break the axe with the flask, but it didn't come out fast enough. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, this is pretty ugly. Okay, there's no health right here, from what I remember. Okay. Oh god, I really don't know where the next health pickup is. No. Never walking backward? Yeah, you always want to, like, never lose the ground that you picked up. You know, it just gives more chance for things to stack up on you. What's the word? I was actually caught off guard by the hallway in Chronicles. If you never played that game, it's a really good, like, Castlevania game on its own, but it's also it's considered a remake. There's, like, a few areas where it does remind me of one. But yeah, it's like a remake and also a new game at the same time. It's pretty sick. Bro, I'm starting to think that's going to be the new Rondo. Where it's like a game you always heard about, but nobody played. So I think that's going to be the next one that has that sort of prestige about it. Pretty good game. I think I will go back to it. I would rather play that than Adventure Rebirth, that's for sure. I keep trying Rebirth, like, every so often, like this past year, and every time I start it back up again, it doesn't really click with me. I want to say it's the level design. It's not like the style of it, like the look. This is more how it's structured. Not really a big fan, but I will finish it just for completion's sake, but yeah, it's gonna be a long time before I force myself to do that. Ah, he had to respawn at the right time. He better die like right now. Just wait for him to make the first move. Sometimes these red skeletons can be good bodyguards, let's say, at the very bottom. Mr. is core based. Cores allow for D10 Nano, the hardware Mr. cores run on. So it becomes actively like chips of all consoles. You can activate the SNES Mr. Core, then the D10 chip starts to act exactly like a real NES or SNES hardware. Hardware emulation instead of software. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so Mr. is hardware, while Raspberry Pi is more of like beefed up emulator, like software stuff, right? Meaning the Mr. replicates all consoles down to the electrical level. Holy crap! How do they know it's that accurate though? Like I can imagine it's slightly off, because I can, you know, like even like real hardware has like its hiccups, right? Like it could be more consistent, but I can imagine it also has its like, you know, hidden variables. But that is pretty cool. It's seemingly like a perfect, what's the word? Substitute. I'm not sure if it's a full replacement, but eventually it will be. These consoles won't last forever, so. Oh, wow. That's unlucky. The new Bloodline game. That's the dual pro tag Metroidvania, right? There's only been the first trailer, I think. What I remember. Like at least Castlevania's, you know, showing more and more as time goes on. And I think the last one, they really made it clear it's not a roguelike. I guess that's understandably like the big question right now. But yeah, it's funny that it was so big they answered it so blatantly. Ah, that was close. There's no way I'm not gonna take like a straight hit here. Oh, I didn't expect it to stop there. Castlevanias that give you full air control. I'm trying to think which ones that do. If I remember, I think Drac X does give you a bit of air control, but once you attack, then you're fully committed to the animation. I think that's how the rules play out for that game, and I do like that. You can only like slightly slow down like your forward movement and like sort of like kind of hurtbox shift by turning yourself around. But besides that, yeah, you're still committed to it from what I remember, but I'm just gonna go for it. Whew. That was a razor sharp evade right there. It still looked like it touched my sprite, but okay, since we fight death, I definitely want to keep the holy water. I most likely killed him with the crosses before, but only when I had all three upgrades though. So I gotta keep the holy water, but at this rate, I'm not sure how possible that is. Yeah, allow for analog video. VGA specifically for a Superstation 1. It comes with analog video outright. Right out the box. So okay, when you say analog, so that means it could plug into like a CRT, for example, or no? Is that something different? I try to crouch there. At this point, what's the word? It does make sense why there hasn't been a substitute for CRTs. I think that sort of tech is considered outdated and probably more expensive to make because of that, like to find the parts to, you know, make it a reality again, but how else would you supposed to play these games though? That's the thing. I think there are like shaders and filters at this point, right? I think there has to be, you know. Oh, I didn't even know there's a secret there. There has to be a dedicated few to like really try, you know, to replicate it as perfectly as possible, but again, there's always going to be a slight difference, I think, like no matter what you do. Like, I'm playing on the Wii right now, right? For CV1. I could imagine this game isn't 100% faithful to the original CV1. Like, there's something different. Even if just slightly. Like, I could imagine, like, maybe even AI is, like, slightly off... like, offbeat somehow. But like that's why I try to play original hardware as much as possible, but it's not really feasible for a lot of things. Like I can only do that with Game Boy for now. Like I have my small handful of NES games, but you can't really pick up games as much as you like. You know, I'm not like $10 a pop type of thing. If only, but... I feel like I missed the holy water, but I think you only have it here if you actually survive the last stage. You pretty much have to play this part perfectly. Okay. Old consoles and the behavior of their chips, they do use popular, accurate software emulators as points of references too, though. Mainly to study hardware differences, like how the Genesis changed the sound chip between models. Oh, okay. Yeah, at that point, the Misters, right? I think they're called. Yeah, that's gonna be the de facto, like, way to play these games. Well, you know, the more accurate hardware-based stuff. It is cool there is, like, a replacement now, but it is unfortunate the hardware is gonna be slowly phased out over time. Just because it's super old. It breaks down over time. I don't have any... I want to upgrade my cross. I forgot where the upgrade was. I think it's on the right side. Actually, I don't remember. I just wasn't a fan of Dead Cells and I don't really like the art style. I've heard about that. Like the art style being the, whatchamacallit? The deal breaker. From what I've seen so far, I do like how... What's what I'm looking for? The colors have like a harsh contrast to it. Like does... Oh crap, what am I doing? That does remind me of like the classic NES games, but... Yeah, I do want to see more rooms to see how they do it. Especially with like the enemies. Like they really need to be bold and stand out, like visually. Like not just the designs, but like the colors need to be bright enough to pop from the background. Like, that's something I actually really liked about Castlevania 2. The colors in that game. Oh wow. Yep, screwed myself over. Supports compatible components. Oh, composite and component, nice. Filters for those that only have modern TVs or monitors. Of course, for a bunch of consoles, handhelds, and even Jesus. Like, okay, how much does that cost then? I can imagine it on level with like a you know, modern console. I think even when I remember seeing the Raspberry Pi stuff is actually up there too. I think it's on the cheaper side, but still pricey in the way of, you know, this is like a glorified emulation box. I think I spawned in two of them by accident. I must have like scrolled the screen in a weird way. Yeah, surprisingly, I do have faith in the new Castlevania game. Like, I was way more... What's the word? I was burnt very hard on that Contra game that came out. So I'm surprised I'm even excited for this other retro revival, if I gotta be honest. But I'm just happy to see more Castlevania, but we'll see how it turns out. No, it stopped. I would have landed into him anyways, but has CRT. Oh, okay, yeah. Shattered glass is good for PC emulation. Mister, there's a reason I plan on getting the Superstation 1. And the Superstation 1 will come as a CD player dock, really. Real copy. Okay, at that point, damn, like, yeah, that has everything. It has ways to plug into real hardware of like monitors and CRTs. The filters for the replacement. Even like attachments for like real hardware. Like real copies of the game too. Yeah, that's pretty much a done deal by the sounds of it. Like from what I've heard about the Analog Pocket, that's pretty much what that sounds like, but for, you know, home console. Because Analog Pocket is the same thing, like pretty much when I know of accurate Game Boy emulation, and there's hardware attachment to play like the Game Gear stuff, and even way more than that too, I think, and even a dock as well. I have way less hearts too this time. Okay, I think the one you don't break, the one you break last has the upgrade. Oh, so close. What's up, Night Rider? And the Superstation will have, oh yeah, Sega CD, Saturn, PS1, PC Engine. Jesus, yeah, that should be like, that sounds like the one-stop shop for everything then. Like for all like, classic gaming. Buy the Station 1 and that's it. Like literally that's all you need at that point. I see the vision, man. I see the vision. For now, I'm still happy with my Wii. This guy. But maybe I'll get something more like substantial. I'm definitely gonna be playing this stuff for a long time. I'm just hoping my Vita stays operational, man. That's the big thing, I feel. I guess I can still buy another one, you know, once this one breaks that I have. It's been like way more than 10 years at this point. But that thing is my like gateway for 2D stuff. Like I only play the classics on console for when I stream. Any other time I'll just be playing on my Vita. I know there's like more like, you know, retro emulation handhelds that are taking the form factor of the Vita, but you gotta perfectly match those buttons, man. The buttons on the D-pad, super clicky, and the travel distance is extremely tight. Okay. I use it to watch Excalibur with proper coloring. The Shining. Hey, Night Rider, is that the thing you sent earlier in the Discord? Like the overlay thing on Steam, right? just becomes like this window you can move freely. What I remember watching from the preview thing. Because that looked pretty good. Like the quality of that. Able to choose a pixel size in case you're playing on a higher resolution. Way better than Reshade. What's up, Bruce? Welcome, welcome. About pre-Jasper 360s. What's pre-Jasper? Oh my god. Like, is that a certain 360 model? Oh, I tried to crouch, but it forced me to go down the stairs. I don't remember how many stages this game has, but I think we're at the end of the game because we're already fighting death. So if my memory serves right, we should be at the castle after this. So I wanted to check the runtime, and we're already an hour in. I think the last time I played this game, it took me 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely taking a lot longer than that run. As long as I get a better run than the one I have archived now, then I'm fine. Getting impatient with Super Robot Wars. Okay. Jasper Express 360 motherboard where they addressed. Oh, okay. So not the first version where it was super flawed, right? But okay, forget this guy. I still have my Slim 360. But yeah, I'm not sure how long those will last either. I do have a few games left to play on it, like with real hardware, like the discs. So that's next. I have Otogi left for my original Xbox. But once I'm done with Otogi, that console, it can be sunsetted, pretty much. Maybe. Because I do want to play Fatal Frame, and I think the original Xbox has the definitive versions of the games. I think they come with rebalancing, I think. Actually, I'm not too sure, but I think the OG Xbox is like the definitive version. At the time, anyways. Because I do want to play Fatal Frame, but I don't really want to jump into the remake so soon. I'd rather play one of the earlier versions of it. I like how these guys always stay out of range too, by the way. The knights, they never approach. Once they reach a certain range, they stop moving. You could bait them to move in by walking away from them. And I get like a few hits here and there, but this skeleton was making it a little complicated. One more prime to the Red Ring of Death. Yeah, one stage left. Drac is waiting. Almost there. Almost there. I think I'll run it back as soon as we hopefully beat the game. We will eventually. Oh, I wonder if you get iframes on item pickups. Because some games do have that as a like a mechanic. Like when I was playing Aleste, I think that's how I say it. The shmup. Every time you pick up a power-up, you have iframes for a little bit. I kind of wonder if this game does the same thing or not. Oh god, we're already like extremely bad spot with my health. Gotta walk him down. Okay. I should probably check if that has a health pickup, but I'm already down here. We won't be here for too long because I have... Well, I just got life up right now. Corona and Trinity will last so... Oh, it will last for now anyways, but... Again, those consoles are already 20 years old, so... Yeah, that still shocks me even to hear today, but... They're actually considered pretty old at this point. So I can only imagine how I'm seen, or how it's seen playing these games at this point. So I think, yeah, Castlevania is 40 years old this year. Yeah. I'm sure that's quite the age gap than the, for people playing this stuff nowadays. Oh. I don't remember if the stopwatch actually works on death, but we have no choice now. We'll find out. Oh wow. I think I'm waiting for a bottom one at this point. Oh, wow. So much for that. I wanted to save my hearts. But the fat ones that aren't Jasper, those are cooked. Damn. Yeah, I can imagine. Even back then... Actually, now that I think about it... Because I had the Slim... Well, not the Slim, the original 360 at the time. And it was shut off randomly. Now, at the time, I thought it was the red Ring of Death. But now that I think about it, I think it was because it was overheating. Because that's what happened with my 360 a couple weeks ago. Overheating problems. That's probably what happened with my first one. I just figured it broke, but... I ended up scamming GameStop. I think my 360 also had a jam disc tray. And it wouldn't open 4 out of 5 times. Like, it was never going to open at all, ever. And every time we did, it needed a little bit of elbow grease, let's say. But when we took it into GameStop to trade it in for store credit, they opened it twice to test the game. No, to test if the disc tray worked. Right? They put a game in, they tested the game out, and then they opened it to take the game out of it. And each time I was sweating bullets, like, please, please let this thing open. And surprisingly, both times they did. So they took the 360 as if it was a fully functioning console, and it definitely was not. Oh, yeah, get a lucky shot in. Oh. Oof, I'm surprised the Fleeman didn't like touch my feet there. Now, did I just get lucky by getting the holy water twice? It's not a guaranteed pickup there, no? I think I just got lucky. I think it was just like a random drop. Now, if I can hold on to this, that'd be good for me, but that's not gonna happen. Oh, yeah, the Resident Evil trailer. I totally forgot about that. I saw it finally yesterday. I don't know. It looks good. But I think I just been burned so much by Resident Evil movies. I'm keeping my hopes low. And I never seen his other movies, so I can't really say, but I've only heard good things about his, like, his recent stuff. So I'm sure it's in good hands, but man. Like, I like the earlier Resident Evil movies, like the, from early 2000s, but yeah. And then the Return of Raccoon City, or just Raccoon City, the one that came out like 5 years ago. I didn't really care for that one either. And then, you know, the recent, I heard the Silent Hill movie wasn't that hot either. So we'll see. I will still watch it, but you can just never be too sure. With video game adaptations. Like, I've yet to see the new Mario movie, but I heard it's just like references the movie, like back to back to back. And then there's Legend of Zelda one coming out too, so I wonder how that's gonna turn out. I never played enough Legend of Zelda to like have like any expectations on it, but especially with him being a silent pro tag though, like how are we gonna like make a story around that? But I think even Elden Ring is getting its movie too, right? And I think even didn't Expedition 33 get like a movie deal super early on too? So we're gonna get a few like probably back to back to back. You know, that might be the new, you know, we had an age of a lot of like superhero movies. So maybe the next move is a lot of video game movies. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I should have. Okay. The only thing I'm really worrying about is the random sub-weapon drop. I know there's like a logic behind it, but not one that I am well aware of. Well, like the how it works. Okay. Right, squeeze. Let me see. I had it. I like it, but if they didn't say Resident Evil, I would have never guessed. I don't think it looks similar. Oh yeah, Mr. XX extra large. Yeah, the visuals look sick. Like the limbs or something. Like in the doorway, the big guy. Like the lighting and the visuals. It is a trailer, right? So I can't really say for sure. They could be making it look better, but it has its own like tone already, which I like. I'm gonna ignore that. Yeah, but with like the Resident Evil movies already, they're already their own thing, right? They're not really tied to the games too much. Like I think Nemesis showed up in one of the earlier ones, but I know Ada and Jill as well, but I think for the most part they're sort of their own thing. I need to focus here. No way there was a double spawn. The game crashed on the Wii. This game does not want me to play it. Bro, something happened there. Huge copy disk space on 360, but the case got broken. Oh, that sucks. I have a spare empty 360 case. Oh, so just the clam, like the The plastic broke, but not like the actual, like the artwork didn't break or anything, right? Like rip, I mean. 2 movie was so bad that the official page on Instagram was calling everyone haters. Oh, that reminds me of remember when the Saints Row reboot came out? Yeah, they were also being antagonistic to criticism. What's up, Gorks? It's pretty good. Another Nintendo animated movie in 2028? I wouldn't be surprised if it's Star Fox. Like, I heard he was pretty... Like, he stole the show of that movie. And took more of, like... screen time than even Rosalina. Even though it's supposed to be her movie. Well, you would think it would be. With it being called Galaxy and stuff, but... Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if Star Fox... Or maybe they were just... maybe for him, they were testing the water. Maybe they're like, speed up the process of having his own movie at this point, but... No! Oh, God. That sucks. We had to have a crash on a Wii. How is that even possible? I'm kind of curious what the hell even happened there. Like, did I stack too much stuff on a single enemy? Is that what happened? Like, overloaded or something? Oh, right before... exactly, right. This past few streams, man, I've been having bad luck. We had, like, the soft lock glitch every time for Onimusha 2. And now this. You know, going into Onimusha 3, I was actually very scared about that. Like, sometimes I wonder if glitches like that happen for, like Onimusha 2's case. I wonder if that's if that happened for faulty forced emulation, because I'm playing, like, on the PS3, right? Where you're not supposed to be playing PS2 stuff, but... So I wonder if it's just because it's hairy? Like, risky, you know? Like, it's unstable? Or if that's some sort of, like, anti-borrow. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I wonder if that's something too. I know there's some games, even back then, like on cartridges, would have sneaky ways to, like, prevent you from progressing in the game if it wasn't like an official copy. So I wonder if even disc-based games have the same sort of stuff. But the box, bro. Oh, okay. I need to get a new box for... It's one of them. It's one of my Xbox games. I'm not sure if it's 360 or Xbox. But it doesn't close because the clamshell thing broke. Game just noped out. Yeah. From the top. It was the week the game was announced. Oh my god. Yeah, what was the thing they posted? Like, haters gonna hate? Is hubris the right word? I'm not gonna grab that. What can you do? What can you do? Even more tone deaf when you remember behind the scenes for Volition. We're trying to actually give fans what they wanted. 2.5. It was going to be a true sequel to 2, but the same tone and even continue. But then boom, THQ Nordic showed up. Oh. So I'm assuming they can make those calls because they purchased the devs, right? So when your boss says they want something, you sort of have to, you know, follow suit, I suppose. Isn't there a number in here? Yeah. Well, I'm the top. Okay, so this run started again at hour 25 in the stream. How am I doing that? I swear I don't remember being able to do backwards whips like that, but I've done a few of them so far. I'm surprised I killed him in time. Oh my god. That might be the most scariest part in the game. For me, personally. I think it's more safe than I realized, but... it's pretty scary. What? No, thank you. Yeah, how did I not break the first time? Oh my god. 2 sub-weapons back to back. The Automation 2 episode. The what's the word? The never-ending rerun. That game. Forever stuck in that save room. At least the remaster was on sale like the next day. So I was able to beat it. Oh my god. At least I was able to beat Onimusha 2 like that same week because of that, but sneaky, sneaky. Give me one more. If there's enough sprite. Oh, so that's what happened then. Okay. No! We were close to. I felt it. I felt it. I'm gonna have to get rid of... what the hell? Yeah, get rid of that. I thought I had time. I'm not risking it this time. Ooh. I'm surprised they don't use a ghost more often in this game. I think they only show up twice the entire game. Maybe in like the second loop. Maybe. I never actually played the game on second loop. Look at this. Even that's broken. This game is falling apart as we speak. Holy crap. Am I confusing it with another room? I love Saints Row 2. It's a... man. That's a really good game. Back when there was competition for GTA. But... like, there was Mind's Eye that came out this year. And... Samson? As well? So, now I'm seeing some stuff, right? But I think they're getting, you know, more rare by the day, unfortunately. Open world games only get more and more complex to make, right? I remember, like the... what would you call it? The advertisement for Watch Dogs would call out GTA 5 in their stuff. It only came out like, what, 2 or 3 months beforehand? TV2 VOD saw you're live right now. You're watching that? Dude. I'm surprised anybody would watch that. I think it's a really cool, like, guide if you want to use it for that. I think that's what I like about my playthroughs. Like, that's what I like to practice. Like, I'll warm up first, and then, you know, take my time to practice and come back with the a solid enough run where it's not like speed run good, but probably a consistent good You know, like there's like reasonable strats to do. Hopefully. Yeah, that's why I really like making those. Well, doing those playthroughs, especially live. Because again, it's like in a live setting. It's in practice, but also like how you adapt, you know, if things go haywire. Which they usually do. Oh my god. Isn't there a weapon pickup here? I'm gonna try to avoid it, that's why. I was just trying not to fall off there. But yeah, the last whatchamacallit, the playthrough I have right now on my playlist is, I want to say it's outdated, but surprisingly it was better than this attempt by a long shot. So I want to get an updated playthrough for the playlist. Okay, let's try to hold on to this. We got the 3. That nearly got me. Like that was... Yeah, we keep on moving. No way. Yeah, we're just gonna wait. Okay. Oof. Yeah. A little messy. But we'll see. Triad Wars, really? Super Dogs missed a big opportunity not being online. That was like 2012, 2011, I think, right? I think, yeah, that was like one of the few like competitions at the time. And I barely played that game like a few years ago, surprisingly. It was always recommended to play it, but oh my god, never got around to it until then. Now, apparently that was a True Crimes game at first, right? And then they got, you know, retitled over the years. Now, those games I never played. I think I played one of them once. And if I remember, there's no, like, HUD in the game. Like, I was super young, so I don't remember fully. I just remember, like, I had to, like, tail a car. And I would lose him every time, because there was no, like... There was no... help, pretty much. Come on! Please kill him in the iframes. We should have him. No! Oh my god. Every time it's super close. Like more than 80% RE games, but the combat. Aiming isn't bad. Enemies are super fast, plus combat is not designed to handle many enemies at once. For... Oh, Paradise. Okay. Parasite Eve at this point. I only played Third Birthday, and I'm pretty sure that's heresy to hear at this point. I should probably hang on to my holy water and not grab this. Oh my god. Yeah, I do want to go back and play them. I think I heard the sequel is more action focused than the first one, from what I've heard, but yeah, eventually I'll get around to that. Even that and like Dino Crisis. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I think I'd rather start Fatal Frame though. Like, would you even call Parasite Eve a horror game? I think it's more action, right? Or it sort of like turned into that over time. I'm slipping. It was gonna beat GTA 4 Online. Spin-off that was online but had some super weird ideas like making buildings time limit, etc. It was not popular at all. I'm still surprised at this point how popular GTA 5 became. Like, I think I remember, like, I played GTA 4 and Red Dead 1 online at the time, like at my friend's house. I thought it was neat. You can play a single player game with more people, but that's where it ended for me. But it didn't for a lot of people by the looks of it. I remember even watching like a video like describing the sort of like roleplay world of like Red Dead 1, like people actually doing serious recruitment, like programs for like their clan or whatever. I find that so crazy. I guess if the game speaks to you, but man, I think it was Viceland, like a mini doc, but like they actually had people, I think, stay up and like watch some camp as if it was real, like for like almost 12 hours straight. Like that's insane. It wouldn't be worth it. Oh, too close. I should have picked that up. At this point, I just gotta go for it. Oh, this one you mentioned I could walk right by. Okay. Yeah, now I notice it. I can just walk straight ahead. Do you have super aim to one-shot enemies and ammo is so scarce? It's not hard, but design's flawed. Okay. Up to. You started CV4? Ooh, nice. Be ready for that game. Like that one I have to restart a lot. And it's also a pretty long game. Well, sorry, it's probably long because I'm not the best at it, that's for sure, but it's definitely a different style of Castlevania. Like I said multiple times during that stream, it's more of a platformer than action platformer, if that makes sense. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna make this attempt. It was going to be called True Crimes Hong Kong, and Activision was going to publish it, but then Square Enix bought their rights. Really? What hit me? I probably killed a bat, right? Yeah, oh, okay. I was about to say, like, I got knocked back, but then I saw a whip upgrade spawn. So I was super confused what happened there. Speaking of, from the trailers we've seen so far of the new Castlevania, it seems like there's no contact damage. That's interesting. We'll see how that works, but these games are about the contact damage is the thing. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work for that game. But we'll see, I suppose. I think even in Dead Cells, you walk through enemies without taking damage. But we'll see. Maybe if they do like a middle ground and have bosses have, you know, contact damage, that makes sense to me, but Ba-na-na-na-na. LA and New York City, they're quite fascinating. Streets of LA's open world is massive. It's a one. Oh my god, 1-to-1? Like, that sounds cool, you know, on paper, but as a video game idea, I'm not too sure. Like, I remember seeing comparisons of the maps from GTA 3 all the way to 5. And 3 is smaller, but it doesn't mean it's not lacking fun things to do, right? And like 5 maps is like a full empty desert for majority of it. I guess that, you know, it's true for California, but for a game, it might be a little much, but again, it would be cool to see it in action, like playing it myself, but I'm not sure how it'll translate for like fun gameplay. But it's wasted potential. Oh, okay. Like that was my first Parasite Eve game, and I didn't even know that series existed at the time. I just saw like a cool, you know, third-person shooter where you take over people's bodies and like fight like these weird creature things. Oh, okay, that seems pretty cool. Like there's rarely any like third-person shooters on the PSP, so like that alone was pretty fun to me. But I'm assuming like is the wasted potential like gameplay wise or story wise, or a little bit of both. Like just sort of like jump the shark with that game. How did I not get a single whip upgrade from these guys? Ooh, okay. Yeah, just walk right through. Ground Zero, and from what I know, the only good one is the first Parasite Eve 2. Cool things, but loses a lot of the first games. Okay, so it might have had an identity crisis ever since the beginning, from what it sounds like. Like, I just know that the opening in the opera is an iconic scene, but I think that's where it ends for most people when it comes to knowing about the Parasite Eve franchise. A bad start again. We do have 2 lives, but ooh, we dodged the first one, but and the thing is, if you decide to go back to grab that meatloaf, this dragon respawns. So if you kill this guy and it goes bad, you go backwards to get the health, the dragon pops up again, which sucks. So you can't really do some like health routing even in a single screen. But yeah, and again, that's why I wish the health was here instead of the heart, because it'll make like attempting this boss a whole lot more reasonable for me right now. Because even the mummy had, you know, like the full health refill right before the boss, like during the boss at least, but yeah, I was pretty much done for. It's certainly a choice that sells. Oh, yeah, CV4 is my favorite. Trolls are fantastic. My only gripe is Dracula fight. The boss gauntlet leading up to it is so epic. Yeah, I remember the first time playing on the collection. That was like pretty tough for me. But yeah, it was a little practice. It was pretty fun. Like especially using like the arena against them. Really, really cool bosses like Slagra and Gaibon. Like they're way better in that game than Sotun, but at the same time, Sotun, you know, easily trivialize bosses, but I do want to go back and play again, like more Soten, and play it without magic and without the Alucard shield or the shield rod, and just see how that goes. I'm actually very interested in doing that. Like, I'm not gonna stop playing Soten anytime soon, that's for sure. We played for a long time, like during that week, but I do want to go back. I think its anniversary is next year as well, so we'll play it again. Wow, I'm surprised that even worked. Is that consistent? It's certainly a choice, but Dead Cells doesn't have it either, but that game encourages you to kill enemies for the cells. Yeah, see, I think that makes sense in cells, right? You want to quickly move through things. But the enemies in this game are like a part of the obstacle, right? You can't just go through them and call it a day. You have to deal with them. He jumped immediately, wow. So that's like, I guess, a sort of disconnect from like where they're coming from. Wow. With the Dead Cells, like, starting point for them, right? I'm still gonna give it a chance, but I'm so hopeful. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, you know, solid at least, but like what I said with Ninja Gaiden and Ragebound, it's a good game. It's more of a good indie action platformer. Like, I wouldn't put it up there with like the classics. For one, it's its own thing, right? So that's why, but it doesn't have that it factor to it. But at the same time, I'm admittedly very picky when it comes to Ninja Gaiden. More so 2D. Like 3D, I'm more lenient. I've seen like how particular people all about the 3D stuff, but for me, I'm not too crazy about it. 2D stuff, I definitely am, but so we'll see. Surprised not dead. I think I can do that every time. I'm pretty sure you can sneak in like a last second axe to throw at me, but I think it'll be worth it maybe. Yeah, that's how I feel about most indie action platformers these days. I said this last time about Prison City. It has a look of like a Natsume game. Like, it looks like Shatterhand. And a lot of the mechanics are like pulled from like NES games, but playing it, it's like it doesn't have it. Now, I wish I can say what it is. I bring it up every time, but Joy Masher does nail it. But other stuff, not really. I wonder if it's either pacing, or the length of the game, or difficulty, or like how encounters are designed. I'm not sure which one it is, but it could even be like a combination of all of them, honestly. I'm just gonna stop him there. Like, I want to play like Smelter at some point, because it's pretty much a ActRaiser spiritual successor in its own way. But would it have that what would you call it? I'm just gonna keep saying X Factor because I can't really put a name to it. Like, as one, like, defining factor, but... yeah, I'd rather have that. Okay, I think we're back to where we were, right? The staircase. Fingers crossed? I wanted to jump there. Oh, I barely missed. Well, so much for that. What's up, Rozzy? This game is ruthless. It's very fair, though. I think it's... in my opinion, I think this should be everybody's first action platformer. It is like a bit of bias because it was my first action platformer. Like the one I beat, like, legit anyways. Yeah, I did a lot of like practicing and save states, but once you go back and beat it without it, it was like a big moment for me at the time. Again, it's a bit of lost history, but I did stream it when I beat it the first time. Like, I was playing on my Vita too. That was how old it was. I was playing on my Vita with the hacked one. And like, doing the share, the screen capture on OBS. On like a very crappy family laptop. But I never knew VODs even like got deleted automatically over time. So that's like lost media pretty much, but I wish I had that. Having that moment when I beat this game for the first time. But yeah, this game, it's incredibly good. Like, I think it does like, because like the hallway, right? This whole game is pretty much leading up to that moment, which is why I like it. There's multiple times where we have like a simple hallway with Medusa heads, right? I sort of brought this up during my DMC1 video, but yeah, they'll start you off with a simple hallway, and then from there they'll slowly, well, I wouldn't say slowly, but you know, they iterate on it very quickly, like having pits broken up in those hallways. You know, still have Medusa heads, but now we have little, you know, differences. Either like a ledge you have to jump on, a gap. Sometimes enemies, right, combined with it. This whole game is like leading up to this moment, which I really like it. Well, I really like it for that reason. Well, one of many. I don't think there's anything here. Oh, I shouldn't have spawned him in. I need them to be closer together. This should kill him. Okay. Okay. I just need to play consistent for now. And be very mindful of like a random sub-weapon drop. Did you hear that? Brr. Okay. As much as I want to use the holy water for the hallway, you know, especially for the... like, I want to keep it for the final boss, right? That's scary. Having that overlapping sprites, like you said last time, caused a crash, so yeesh. Because apparently Square Enix lost the rights. Really? That's so weird. How could you lose the rights to your own game? Is it because they were Squaresoft at the time? Is that why? Like, I'm assuming that's around the time they made Parasite Eve, right? Since it was PS1 days. I guess that's why, but I'm gonna be quick. Okay. We should have a health pickup coming up right now. And again, even if you do retry over and over and over, you have amazing music to keep you like motivated. I don't even want to use my holy water if I gotta be honest. Yeah, if I whipped, I might have like added to the chaos. I didn't want to risk it. That would have been a good time to throw a holy water. Perfect time. Ooh. Throw that out there for safety. Yeah, I don't want to risk it again. Okay, hold on. You walk right there at the second block, and immediately... Oh, I was too slow. I messed up the setup. Because you can lock them down, but you have to be there. You have to be there on time. No. Is a mess 2 is the good one. That's what I heard too. I heard that the second one is like the one to play. Now I know Shinji Mikami directed it. But did he direct the first one too, or no? It was just the second one. That's why I do want to go back, well, play that game in the first place. Dino Crisis 2. I think I finished most of his games. Yeah, I think most of them. He had a part in... What's it called again? Curse and the Damned or something? I think that's a joint game with Suda, right? Now that I never played. I did finish Evil Within 1 and 2, but... Wow. Watch the feet. The 2D, although I enjoy 2D now. What was the what's the word? What was the game that got you to enjoy the 2D games then? Like for anybody. Like I think for most it'll probably be Mega Man. I think when it comes, well, besides Mario, right? It comes to like 2D platformers. But I think Mega Man is like more popular. So it might be like the go-to. I think Castlevania is up there too, obviously, but I don't think people really start here when it comes to NES. I wouldn't imagine, but... Oh, I thought that was Maya Cross. I gotta be honest. safe retro. I can see that sum it up pretty well. We're about to get our first game over here. So we were close. We were close on the run back. Well, I think we didn't have a game over, but yeah, so with the holy water, I just walked too far forward. That was a problem there. I thought it was a second to last block, but I guess just the middle is like the what would you call it, like the activating point to start the fight. Oh wow, I thought I was gonna hit the Medusa head there. Aren't these technically called Gorgon heads? Or no? Wasn't a stand up there. Oh my god. I need to grab that. I don't see anything with fixed jump I find intriguing. I start stretching out at platforming sections, just like tensing up. If you can read my facial expressions, you can tell I'm tensing up. Again, especially for the fixed jumps, right? Because I'm actually not too sure if the sickles go a set distance, but I'm sort of anticipating it to just keep going forever, right? So where I jump and when I jump is crazy scary. You really have to like give it your all before you make that commitment, right? I think Ghosts and Goblins pushes this even further, honestly, because there's more enemies and more like weird geometry and slopes and like stuff like that. Yeah, I think that pushes the idea even further. I kind of think the idea came from Mario, if I gotta be honest. I think like 2 years ago, I beat the original like Jumpman arcade, and same thing in that game. It has fixed jumps, right? Like a fixed arc. You can't change midair. It's committal. So once you jump, you better make sure you time it right to go over that barrel. So I have this sort of assumption that's where this is where it started. It was from that one. So close. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. It's always like a battle of the 1 HP right at the very end. Oh. Actually, can't I just jump up from back here? Well, from down here? I probably could. I probably could. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the water. The first half of Dino Crisis 1 got booted. Oh god. Booted for hopefully not too bad reasons. Like, was he like drama in the dev team, or was he like put onto a different project? Like creative differences, probably. Yeah, because when you have to say booted, it sounds like it was like a very sudden thing. I'll make sure this guy gets close. I don't want to spawn the red skeleton. I do have the 3. So what's even in here? Even now, I'm not 100% sure where or what these pickups are, if I gotta be honest. Like, now I'm scared of using the sub weapon when I wasn't before. Because now I think we're gonna get a crash at any moment. Okay, I think the fire statue's right here. Oh! Airball. It seemed like he fired a lot quicker this time. Maybe quick. We're gonna get half health back, but yeah. I'll try to make it far enough. Oh, the combo. Goes to how easy it is to crash the game. As you could tell, yeah. Just even getting to him, we crashed the game. I need the health. Well, really, no whip. Okay. Okay. I got lucky this time. Not having the red skeleton up top. Well, we will have more health. A lot less hearts to use. Barely got that. Oh my god. I thought I can get it out in time. That was so close. Like, sometimes my rhythm, I'm able to hit him, but the fireball gets to sneak right past a few times. Okay. Okay. It's about to be an hour since this attempt started. I think those things can kill you. Oh my god. You have good posture. You know about that, right? The crazy thing is about like streaming in general, you have to be, what's the word? Aware of a lot of things. Like you have to be aware of like screen presence. I think that's one thing like that. Like being able to talk, playing the game, remembering what to do in the game, remember a conversation, remember to be able to follow up in the conversation. It's a lot. It's actually quite a bit to do that sometimes. Sometimes I check in and out. I get very quiet depending what game it is, but I think I do an okay job keeping up here and there. But yeah, I think the posture thing I keep in back of my head, at the back of my head more often. Oh, it's like a mental stack thing, doing all this at once. Yeah, these bats are very scary. I think the one coming up right here. Yeah, sometimes I try to just walk past them. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You can't even hit the knight because you're busy dodging Medusas, but you can't dodge Medusas because you're busy dodging axes. You're trying to hit the knight. That's from AVGN, right? Man, if it wasn't for James Rolfe and Mike Matei, I wouldn't be playing this stuff. Probably. Like, at all. Like, as most people, it was probably our intro to, like, stuff on the NES. But as many fans as they have, you know, not all of them attempted to, you know, dive into these games. So I think a very few actually do. It makes sense, right? Because his character makes quite the first impression about 2D stuff, and it's, you know, stuff on the NES. So it might seem like they're all buggy or unfair, you know, but bro, yeah, if it wasn't for them, I definitely wouldn't have played Castlevania, because they usually, what's the word? This is usually their favorite game, or the one they usually talk about quite often. Like, of course, there's like the Castlevania 2 video they revisited like 3 or 4 times over the years. But so it's always around the channel, so eventually you'll get curious about it. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down for me. Takumi directed the first half, but because he had so Green had put him to Mario 2, and Kami finished the second. Okay. To do Dino Crisis 2, which explains why the game suddenly demands to start shooting dinos. That's interesting then. Like having like, what's the word, like contradictory? Like sort of design stuff going on. Like live as the game is like progressing. Yeah, I can see how that's like, it's seen as a messy game because of that. Always like how games do this. Like using the first boss as a regular enemy. Again, a lot of the tropes you see in like 3D action games usually came from here first. Again, that's why I made that little segment in the DMC1 video, comparing the two franchises. I'm gonna do that again, by the way. There's still more to say. Well, you know, more I could point out between Castlevania and future action games. I think I turned around at the last second. I wanted a damage boost forward. Ooh. There should be one more. Ah, you bastard. Yeah, I think that's what I usually do though. I just beeline it. Still hit you despite finishing. Dude, yeah, that's what I was very scared about. I think I had enough health to tank one, but you can never be too sure. Yeah, see, the bat either stops right below the platform, or he goes all the way through. It seems random. I can never know which they'll do. Nom nom. David and Castlevania, yeah, is what got me into CV in the first place. I think I wouldn't doubt if he did that for a lot of people, if I gotta be honest. Like, I would think his videos are still popular even now, but holy crap, they spawn immediately when you touch the stairs. I could imagine they're seen as old YouTube, which makes sense. You know, the timestamps tell you when, you know, they came out, but you know, 2006, 2007, it's been a long time. I know that the channel just had its 20-year anniversary video. It wasn't like a big, you know, celebratory thing. It was just a little minor thing, but yeah, I do wonder like how it's seen nowadays, pretty much. Like that style of videos, but also like, do I even go down here? Like the games as well, right? Let's go for it. I'm dead. If I can make it to the final room, I think we start here. When I played Pokemon Red, Cerulean Cave, Zubats. Oh my god, dude. Even now, like, I'm not a big, like, avid Pokemon player, but I still remember that. I still remember that very, very well. Like, I've only finished, like, a handful of, like, RPG Pokemon games, but dude, for some reason, man, that, oh crap. That cave, man. I think you want to start far and then go back in. Bro, how do I... Again, I don't remember doing these backward whip attacks, like, at all. Ever. I need to do this. Kind of surprised I'm whiffing all these. Really? What? The punishment is a lot smaller than I remember. Okay, it's gotta be a lot quicker then. As soon as he opens up his cape, it looks like. Yeah. Too early. Did you watch Screw Attack back? No. Surprisingly, I never did. Well, I never really watched YouTube at that time anyways. I didn't really have internet for a good while, actually. Like, during that time. Like, usually I'll go to my friend's house, and that's where I would play, like, Modern Warfare 2 online and stuff like that. Or, like, watch YouTube videos. But on my own, no. Not at that time anyways. Like, I would go to my friend's house, and he would show me, like, Smosh, and then we'll look up the hidden ending for Kingdom Hearts 2. Because we didn't have Final Mix over here in the States, right? But we knew of those secret endings. And we were watch that final, well, the Birth by Sleep ending and think about that for a long time before the PSP game actually came out. It's kind of crazy my fandom for Kingdom Hearts started when I was in elementary school. And there was still stuff coming out for after the fact. But it was on hiatus for a long time. Like, even back then, like, I was asking my friend, what would we think Kingdom Hearts 3 will look like? But can I? Oh my god, he's still alive? Oh, the CRT made it a little weird. I don't remember if you could walk beneath him. I gotta be honest. I should probably grab it though. Okay. I'm tapping. So like I'm in motion already. I'm sort of prepping myself to start moving in a direction for that reason. Like if he spawns on top of me. I think it's random where he spawns. But I try to be in motion already. But probably a better way though. Actually, I should just react and jump forward, actually. That'd probably be better. And try to walk out of him. You still get caught in there. Oh, haha. Yeah, I was hoping for a high jump. But I guess it's just random which one he does. So glad the game checkpoints before. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Cause I sort of, like you saw, my strategy for the beginning. I always just brute force it. Just try to get through everything as fast as possible just to get here. So you can just keep retrying. It's not like a Ninja Gaiden 1 situation, right? We have to do the whole, like, 2 stages? Or like, yeah. Like 6-1, 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. I remember that being a glitch, too. Which is crazy. That wasn't intended, but it's doable, but they were a little early. At least I didn't get hit there. I don't know which one I would like more. I actually really do enjoy. Oh crap. Dracula in 4. I think he's a really good boss. Like, I like how he gets new projectile attacks as the game goes on. He doesn't have, like, you know, the Cookie Monster form, but... Whoa. Dracula has a BDSM thing going on, not taking any whip damage. He's enjoying himself too much. It's actually healing him, actually. You can change sides when he does the big jump. The thing is, though, I don't know when he's going to do the big jump. Like, is there a pattern to it? Like, does he do the big jump every other leap? For me, I just think it's random, what I can tell. This guy's spawning on top of me. Oh! I got faked out. I got so lucky there. I need to figure out a better way to deal with that. I'm thinking if I should do like a pre-jump, like before he even spawns, like anticipate, but I might be taking away, like, I might be using too much time jumping and then landing to even land a punish is a thing. So I'm not sure if that'll work. That's already a bad start. Okay, I guess it works. Oh. You can oh yeah, the Game Grumps episode on this was so funny. I knew of them back then. Like them and even like JonTron, like, you know, okay, one second. I thought I heard someone at the door. Never mind. But yeah, I know of those like bigger channels from back then, but I never watched them. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder why I never watched them. Maybe even back then I didn't really even watch YouTube too much. Maybe. I wouldn't say it's like not liking comedy stuff. Maybe it was just their humor, maybe? I watched a lot of like Inside Gaming and Funhouse and then Super Best Friends Play. And that was pretty much my go-to places, like, for nearly a decade. My 2015 to, you know, when both channels pretty much collapsed. And that's literally all I watched on YouTube. But, you know, once both of them went down, I became a, like a vagrant or whatever. Trying to find my next place to, like, watch a lot of stuff. Well, I probably did. Not the same, like, level as those channels, though. Definitely not the same. Like, my fandom for a channel like that. I don't think it will ever happen again, to be honest, but... like, those are my places to go, but... I just felt it. There's a spawn in front of me. It does seem like he only spawns around his casket or his coffin when he does the on top of V-spawn. So maybe I can just bait him out and then jump at the edges of the coffin. Okay, 3 jumps and he didn't do the high jump when he did last time. I can't get like a good read on him. Yeah, this is probably not gonna be. Is it always after the third one? If that's true, then this becomes a lot easier. He kept like 20 times in this fight. Okay. So 2. And then 3. Okay, so this will be the third one. Okay, I think that's 1. Okay, but he spawned on me on this second one though. Maybe the first time, but yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna jump at the edge of the coffin because that seems like that's his range when it comes to spawning on top of me. It's only at the coffin. If I can just jump at the edges of it, I should be fine. Now let's keep walking, jump at the edge. And that should like cover my bases. Maybe not. Seems to work fine enough though. Oof. I'm screwed. Only 2 damage too on him. I don't think there's even a way to get a level up. I think this is what I do if I really have trouble. I think this will work. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna have to do this probably. Farm a few hearts, as well as the level ups. We'll see. We'll see if this works or not. I'm not sure if I could break that first candle and still walk out or not. We'll take that. This guy really likes spawning on top of me. We're a little too early there. Crazy how much patience you have to have with this guy. I got lucky there. He could have spawned on top of me. Oh crap, this is bad. I probably shouldn't have killed him right there. Oh, barely hit me. Yeah. I don't think I can do that every time though. It'll just take too long. Or if you hit him at this... Oh yeah, the critical. Yeah, yeah. I remember that too in the... Or mentioned that too in the DMC1 video. Yeah. The critical hit or something like that. Maybe I just do it right here. Maybe I can get one level up. No. Now I'm just wasting hearts, but... Yeah, it's not enough. It seems fairly consistent though. Like jumping near the edges of the coffin. It seems pretty... Yeah. Maybe I'm just timing it right every time. Like to make that line up anyways. Oh! Okay. Just like 5 more hits. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At this point, I don't think... Like, I pretty much need every health point I can have. So I most likely need to, like, damage boost my way through this fight. Nostalgia critic, funny content, but it's outgrew it. Glad the crew's still doing well. That was another like whatchamacallit, more of a movie thing, right? More than gaming. And I think his like, I'm not sure the whole channel, but didn't he have like a whole like crew of people? Or it's pretty much like a net of other creators at the time to make this like one big thing. Yeah, pretty lucky there. Oof. Nice, I got my hit though. Oh my god. I got faked out. That's pretty punishing too. You only do 1 pip of damage every time. But 1 contact damage and that's half your health. Well, 2, but still a lot. Even the Cookie Monster form, only the head takes damage. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. This whole time I figured just regular body hits will do damage. Because I'm confusing it with like when you do the loop, right? When you have all 3. Usually I'm just spamming the fire, the holy water, and just spamming my whip attack on the floor. But I might as well reset from there. Yeah, reset. Maybe. I might have to. If we keep retrying. But after this, I'm gonna turn on the fan because it's getting crazy hot. I got so lucky there. I'm kind of surprised her box disappears. It could have been really nasty and left it lingering after you, even after you hit his head. Ah. Okay. I already knew I was gonna hit there. We're dead. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Alright, 1 second. Let me turn on the fan. We have this in the bag now. Dude, I literally forgot I had to hit him in the head. Yeah, as long as I get the first part, yeah, we're good. Tense boss fight. We got it. Like, now that I know about the head thing, like, I swear, all these years I thought it was a body. I honestly forgot it was about the head. So I think I got hit twice. Before the Cookie Monster fight. So if I can just do this perfectly, we can definitely like damage boost a few hits. Maybe. Yeah, whenever he does that flip, I already know I'm gonna get hit like that. Like I already know I'm gonna take the damage. Like I'm already too late. Well. Surprised I got that. That was scary. What? I thought that was the last hit. I'll take the damage boost. I turned away the last time. Oh, at the wrong time. Wow. Literally just that one little knowledge check. Just a little damage for the high jump. You know what throws me off too about that? I can never tell because when he's frozen in place from the holy water, I lose track. I'm sure you can still tell, but I think it elongs the animation. Yeah. Once I knew, well, once you guys told me, dude, it took me a little bit. But like I always say, man, the action games are always about the knowledge checks, man. There's always a big difference. So Cosmo. Jesus, that took 3 hours to get the first clear. Holy crap. Balmondo. In the story. Thank you for playing. Amazing. And this is what gaming's about to me. I'm really tempted to start from the top again. Because it's Castlevania 1. The classic line, man. Yeah, we're gonna start again. My goal is the 1cc. So we'll do a lot of deep resting right now, but once the stream ends, I'm gonna do a lot of practice. A lot of practice. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Castlevania 1 coming up for no particular reason. Oh, there we got it. No! Fumble. No! Sorry, Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. I am going to avoid that game like the plague for as long as possible. Like, I'm gonna use it as a glass break sort of situation. If the other... I think the word they used was products. The Castlevania website. So, if we don't get an actual new game, I'll just play that. Boys, it's okay. I feel it though. My problem areas. I think the bridge I could do. I have to. That's scary, man. Because I brute force it. And that could make me lose a lot of lives. I think I could pick up the stopwatch and, if I'm good enough, have enough hearts to like spam it. There's that. There's a hallway. The whole game. Keep on moving. I almost want to say this is harder than even Rondo, if I gotta be honest. Yeah, I think this is harder than Rondo. Because even when I went back to that game off of like a few years break. Again, I streamed even that first time. Wow. Coming back to that game. And it wasn't nearly as rough. So I want to say this game is actually harder. But you know. I think you can speedrun this game in like 15 minutes, so. I think there's definitely strategies I can learn. Which I'm definitely going to do. And come back even stronger. Or if Ecclesia runs. Like actual speedruns? Jack of no trades. I know I said I'll play Portrait of Ruin on here. Like my first blind playthrough. So I never finished that game. I think I did the first portrait. I killed exactly 1 or 2 bosses and stopped. So, again, another glass break situation. We'll play that sometime this year. Hell, I'm even tempted to even play Legacy of Darkness. Like, I beat the original 64 version, but I'm pretty curious about the you know, sort of finished version of that game. So I might even do that for the hell of it. The first intro. And again, this is why I like this game so much. I'm surprised there wasn't more, honestly, but I think I'm just so used to the hallway. Few games I can want to see consistently can do no whip. No whip when death is... Holy crap. You're crazy. This game's amazing. Committal jumps, man. I know it's probably not instantly, like, apparent why they're so good. But moments like that is why. Moments like that is why. Like, once you know, like, the limitations of the game and what you can do as a player or as a character, it makes those like way more satisfying. Oh. I'm waiting for the Medusa head to jump. I'm waiting for it again. There we go. Like there was a specific part in my Super Ghouls and Ghosts playthrough on the spinning towers with the little gargoyles that fly above you, and as you cross the little gaps from the cylinders. Okay, yeah, there was a part very similar like that where I had to use the committal dumps and the double jump in a specific way to like recover from a situation, like from a random spawn. I have a few playthroughs of Super, but I know exactly which like stage it happens at. Lightning speed. I have more than enough parts to spare. Level. Oh my god, that's still crazy though. Level 1 no death runs? Holy crap. Like I know the like my only knowledge of those is like from Kingdom Hearts. Like I know those level 1 critical mode playthroughs, but when I found out that even whatchamacallit, Castlevania, Igavania ones had that, that sounded pretty sick. I might have confused this with Death. So I went to the second or third one and then turned around. But I think Death, you just go to the middle and stack the holy water. Are pretty hectic at times. Oh, the crap, dude. That, I think I was stuck there for at least an hour. Like I was trying, like, I think I used the axes. But yeah, that thing is tanky and also super damaging. It is cool, you know, like this vertical boss, right? As you climb, you do the little like. I should have got for it. Using the slingshot mechanic and stuff like that to like dodge the swipes, but could have been worse, but it could have been better too. I was so scared there. Oh, I'm so lucky he did a slow fly there. Okay. I feel it though, I feel it. I slightly unhinged, like the room with no 2 weapon masters and a double hammer was killing me. Out of my way. Go, 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 go. Okay. And this is like the appeal for me. The self-improvement, the consistency test. Oh, hurry up, hurry up. Something about this, man. It's on, what's the word? There's nothing else like it. And even though I am familiar with this game, but still forget a few things. So even coming back to these games, it does feel new. If you give it enough time and explore different games. That's tragic. Happen again. Like where it sneaks past my my attack. That was like the perfect scenario there. I can take, yeah, I can take a damage boost. Yeah. Okay. I just want to get that 1 CC, man, and I'm happy. Losing my sanity, but I'm enjoying myself. Shinoa, yeah. Really good design. Have you ever seen her design in the fighting game? The Castlevania fighting game? I gotta get a drink soon. Okay, this is my next problem area. I don't know if I want to get the stopwatch. That's the axe right here. Oh, it's not actually. I knew it. Tragic. I think this is probably why it's my roughest part in the game. Because it's random. Well, to me it seems random right now. Yeah, sometimes he just jumps beneath you, sometimes he doesn't. I could have made it. I think I'm dead. 30,000 away from the next. Let's keep going. Unless I just use a stopwatch immediately to avoid any randomness. But that's all I can think of, though. I didn't know that was a pit. Once it touches the skulls, that's when I decide to jump. He's about to fall on me, I think. Okay, well, next goal, we didn't get the 1cc, obviously. The next goal now is just to beat the game faster than last time. I jumped away earlier than I expected. Oh, I forget. I can just walk past them. Well, at best, I'm gonna get half health back if I kill this thing without being hit, but I don't see that happening. Yeah. And this is Frankenstein's monster and Fleaman too. From the top. So yeah, this is my first thing I gotta start practicing then. In this water area. Surprisingly, was able to make it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta start just using the stopwatch there then. To avoid as much randomness as possible. I wonder if I should jump after every kill to get more distance. Okay. Remember this time. Just as you remember. Kebab? Kubide? What is that? The first time I'm hearing that, actually. You know what? I gotta hold on to that stopwatch. I'm actually not too sure if that's... I know the stopwatch doesn't stop every boss, but if it can stop these guys, that'd be very helpful. I think I could carry it over reliably, but... Ah, I try to sneak under him. I actually really do like this boss, like, conceptual. Like having this, like, duo team. But also very, like, projectile heavy. I remember, I think I have a clip on my YouTube channel, like, an old one. Like, of me dodging crazy amount of projectiles from that little fleaman. So the fact you have to do some precise, like, movement with the committal jumps, and with how fast he is, like, to dodge him and the projectiles and the Frankenstein's monster is actually a lot to do. It does seem like his patterns are consistent if you stand in the same spots every time, though. I'm actually going to go to the corner. I think that's where I killed him last time. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, like, watching. Like, usually, like, after I warm up, I go and watch speed runs and no death runs. They're pretty much the same thing, but their strategies are different. Like, sometimes you can find a no death playthrough where they find very safe and consistent strategies. Well, you know, speedruns either do some pretty high execution stuff to manipulate very specific situations, but they can also have, like, doable patterns for, like, a normal player. Okay, I think that's a strategy. Just go in the corner. Persian restaurant is really underrated. They use less spices so they can actually taste the quality of the meat. Oh, nice. Is that a place you've, like, frequented before or no? It's like it's new to you. Like, for me, I just stick with my Mexican food and call it there. Could be a little biased, but I do prefer my people's food. Oh, I got stuck twice on the stairs. But this is the hallway, right? I think it is already. I'm dead. I think I might just take the damage boost right here. Because they always despawn if you stand there anyways. I'm sure there's a consistent way to deal with them without having to damage boost, but... Well... That guy always jumps forward though, I noticed. Like after he goes off screen. Ah, well. We won't have the lock for death if we happen to manage to make it, but... At this point, I just need to get health. Okay. Well, this is something. That's fine. I've tried a few other dishes. Most grilled skewer meat. Mexican food is great as well. I have like the same 3 Mexican restaurants I like. I just rotate between all of them. Oh my god. Screw it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to find the health upgrade, well, the health pickup in my condition. I think it's at, I'm dead. It's at the start of the next screen. But nine hits. I do feel like I'm speeding through the game a lot faster though. It's just unfortunate with that water stage for the cave. Okay. I don't know. I know the statue's coming up though, that's so scary. Yeah, and the health isn't until the very end of here. I gotta take this very slow now. I don't know. We're gonna get the health, but the chances of me actually doing this is low. And I don't even have the cross either. No, it stopped right where it could hit me. Yep. Okay. We're on our 0 lives too. So we either get it here or we don't. Okay. Wow. Getting the iframe just made me throw off my game more than anything. Oh. Well, that's one way to deal with it though. Like stay in the corner, sure, but again, stay in the corner, but just micro walk forward. Okay, I think every time I can throw that holy water at the beginning, then like once I enter the room. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Okay, I gotta use the holy water more often in this stage. It seems to like immediately delete anything at the start of the room. Oh, so much for that. That was weird. He's still not dead. Oh my god. I was trying to hit him off screen, but I guess it's not possible. Okay, I feel like we can do this consistently. But is this when, like, if we do happen to die, the recovery is a little messy. Because now that we have the holy water this far, that's kind of like the main goal right now, to keep it. I'd be careful with like random sub-weapon drops now. That's not good. Okay. This is gonna be our last attempt here. Okay, speaking of food. No, I'm getting hungry. Damn, sorry, 7:30. Okay, we're good. Like on resources. One second. Things are not going my way. I wonder how, like, sometimes I get the red skeleton to go up top. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's none. So I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly to, like, stop that from happening. Like, I feel like I'm doing the same inputs every single time, too. The best thing I've been thinking about for a while, is throwing it above, right? And then just crouch the entire time. Because usually I would like spam 1 or 2. And then I'll get caught in my feet because of a low throw. I think we can beat the game quicker than last time, at least. I'm just gonna rush this. You're sure of death if the game doesn't crash. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of too, man. Like, I feel like... What's the word? I'm battling the randomness. Like, there's a bit of randomness in this game. Well, again, it could just be, like... me not knowing enough. But... there's a slight bit of randomness that I'm scared of. And... again, the crashing. Usually at the tail end of the game, too, unfortunately. Okay. I think I should have used that stopwatch before that bat. I think I'm fine at that point. Okay. I guess I'll just wait next time. Yeah, I didn't check the time when I started my new run, but... okay. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna jump towards him this time. That's fine. My whip is barely too short to catch him every time. Those things about to spawn right now, so I gotta kill them right now. The one time it doesn't despawn off screen. We're good. I'm just gonna run for it. Okay. If we can get this first try, we might have beat this definitely a lot quicker than last time. Yeah, after this, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna start studying for this game. I definitely want to come back a lot stronger. At least I figured out the trick with Frankenstein's monster and the Fleaman. Like, just go to the corner and I should be fine. That was so close. Again, when he does that little flip, like usually I don't have enough time to avoid it. But I'm getting very lucky right now. Okay. I wish I didn't get hit there. Don't want to get out of the corner with one damage boost and not multiple. There we go. Oh man, that was a lot better. That was a lot better actually. The crashing isn't as common as I'm making it sound, but I have lost enough friends. Like, I'm surprised they even got that one crash, to be honest. But yeah, it is, from the times I play this game, it is pretty rare, but it just had to happen right there. I want to say that was like 35 minutes. So we are improving. Like, we are improving, but I can definitely do a lot better. Is that 3.5 hours? So I need to practice the cave, because that took like 4 lives. Everything else is actually not bad. I think I died at the hallway once. So I had the level 3 axe and then I died. So yeah, it's just the cave. I feel like it's doable. I just need to like refine a few like strategies, and it's good. I don't think it'll take too long as I think actually. I think we're a lot easier. What's today? Friday? Ah, I messed it up again. Maybe by Monday. Maybe Monday. I think I could have this down pat. If I really sit down and study it and practice it. I think so. I think it'll be, again, once you know like the tricks, right? It'll just flow a lot better, so. Like once I watch like 1 or 2 speed runs, it'll make a lot of sense. But that's gonna be it for today. Onimusha video is coming out tomorrow. And from there, I'm gonna play a bit of Castlevania for a little bit. Castlevania 1 specifically. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I appreciate it as always, and until next time.